Hello and welcome to the Eternal Connection Show on blogtalkradio.com. My name is Dan Feit and I'll be the host for the next 15 minutes. Today we're going to be talking about intentional focus. So while we dive into this and explore the idea of intentional focus, let me just give a brief description about what I'm talking about, or in my view. Basically, intentional focus goes in my mind as to the direction of where we put our intentions and what we're focusing on. How much time do we spend thinking about a certain thing or taking action towards a certain thing? How much do we talk about it to other people? How much does it expand in our life? You should know, however, that for quite some time I let me give you the good news first. The good news is that I see a blending of the spiritual and the material. I see a blending of the afterlife and the life I'm living now. I see a blend of heaven and earth. I'm trying to focus on giving this life a chance, to put my intentional focus, as the topic of the show goes, onto the things I really want to manifest or bring into form in my life, whether that be find a partner, or whether that would be increase my income, or financial things. How much time during the day do I actually focus on the things that are within my control to do what I want to do in life, without sort of settling into the default mode of what has always been for a while now. I'm one that likes to ask questions, oftentimes probably more than asking questions than I do answering them. I could hide behind humility and say that, well, I'm just offering the questions, I really don't know the answers. But when it comes down to my own life, I want to explore the answers as well as the questions, and to discern whether the questions are relevant. What is a relevant question to explore? Why is the sky blue? Or should I just accept that and move on to observing the beauty of the blue sky, or the seasons, or any other thing that happens in this world? Yet, there may be other things that are more within my control. I can't control if it's going to be nighttime, or if it's going to be cloudy, or sunny, or blue skies. So I think it's a matter of discerning and figuring out where to intentionally put my focus on the things that are within my control in my life. I think when I stepped back and looked at the world as not necessarily in a negative light, but just sort of like religious dogma of this world isn't my home. Well, if it's not my home, then why am I here? Obviously, I'm doing something here, and my experience is taking me through this. So as I stepped back from that and just sort of moved a little bit forward to the idea of, well, maybe the earth is my home, and maybe heaven is something that is some kind of abstract thing that at least I don't understand it yet. I don't think I can. Maybe I can. I don't know. That's some of the things I've been questioning. I could get into some of the questions and share them with you. So I'll give an example about where my intentional focus has been for the past day or so. Basically, I want to explore the ideas of truth and reality in life, whether that's God or love or, purity, divinity. Yet we have the human nature. So if I look to the type of God that I believe in, I just want to observe how I display who I am and interact with life. And if that's in alignment with the love, the divine love that I want to be living. Another thing I was exploring is the idea of hierarchy within the Judeo-Christian teachings of the levels of better or worse. One thing that I did find is a scripture that sort of made me step back in Deuteronomy, and it said that God hates sin. Yet based in 1 John, it says that God is love. I know this is sort of getting off on a tangent, but I don't know. These are just things that I was giving my focus to. But what was the intention behind this? Maybe to understand something that's very important, or to find if it's relevant to even consider a higher power aside from myself, that I have the ability to do certain things in life, but maybe I'm just exploring that. Is exploring something that there is no answer to, something that's worth moving towards and trying to figure out. Biblically it says, seek and ye shall find. I don't know. I don't want to get into a believer versus non-believer or debate or anything like that. So maybe I should just just go in a different direction. One of the intentions that I did find in some of my research last night was the Einstein quote where he says the most important decision we make in life is whether we live in a friendly or a hostile universe. My intention is that I want it to be a friendly universe, and that wanting should bring it into form in my thoughts and my perception, in the way that I'm viewing my the thinking in my mind. And biblically, I know it popped up again, the word Bible or Christianity, but this is something that I've grown up with for a while. And if you're in the West, there's a good chance in your Western teaching of religious philosophy that there is that hierarchy in the teaching, and there is evil in the world, and there is a possibility of a hostile universe. Will that ever change? Will there be complete heaven on earth? And what's the definition of heaven on earth? Is that relevant? Will all this questioning take me away from just enjoying this moment, enjoying recording this and broadcasting this and sharing with this and connecting with people? I hope not. I want to find a balance and a blending. So that's something that, without getting too technical or specific about, is something that I'm trying to do. So if I was to bring this around and sort of come to a conclusion or wrap this up in a package, I would say whatever your intentional focus is in life, for mine it's exploring the teachings that were offered to me or I was inundated with in Western culture growing up, and deciding how much weight I want to put that in my life. That's my intention, to explore that. I think I want to shift that and explore other avenues or other aspects of life. Whatever you, as the listener or the liver of your life, want to explore, I do believe that in time those answers will be given and they will be shown in life. You think of the experiment where you say the one where they look around the room and see how many things are blue, and then you close your eyes and you say how many things that are in the room that are blue. And then if you were to, while your eyes are closed, if somebody asks you what's green, you may name one or two, but you wouldn't be as focused as when you took the time to intentionally focus on what is blue. So that's an example. Another cool thing that I heard in an Alan Watts lecture was the idea of that our consciousness is sort of like a headlight, and the headlight can't see the wire behind it that's giving it its source and being able to do what it can do. So I thought that on a spiritual or conscious or mind level is very cool to think about. Let's see. So as you can see with with this radio program maybe being a little jumbled up, my attention span, I try to focus as much as possible. In this world of media and online social media, in a world of electronics, I think I want to take more time to turn off the electronics, and which would help focus and less distractions. Again, going to the idea of what I'm intentionally trying to focus on. It can be exciting. We all have desires and dreams and wants and needs in life. And who's to say that this moment can't be an opening door to finally bringing that into form in our life, whether that be in this life or the afterlife or on earth or in heaven or, regardless. All that description, it's just words, and they're pointing to something that's just what is now, possibly. I don't know. I'm trying my best to explain what's going on and be a type of radio host that's interesting, informative, all those characteristics of a good radio program. So let's see. I'm coming towards the end of the segment for this broadcast. Again, you've been listening to the Eternal Connection Show with a broadcast from blogtalkradio.com. My name is Daniel Feint, and we are talking about intentional focus today. So whatever you want to focus on, whatever you are focusing on, I just urge you to be mindful of if we're slipping into a default mode of what's always been and not allowing things to possibly change for the better. So I'll just leave it at that, and I wish everybody a great exploration in learning about who we all are, individually or collectively, and what we want in life, what's good for everybody, and what's good for ourselves. I could get into a whole nother philosophical can of worms, but anyway, take really good care. Thank you very much for listening, and until next time.